if it's saved in mine, I'll send it to you, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we stopped on this point, yes, and as you know, the punctuation could help us. Always find something in the paragraph or the question to help you what is the answer exactly. For example, you deleted letter B because we don't have any concerns and worries because the writer didn't explain anything they worry about or they concern or they have problems or something. No, and give indications as you know, feeling explanations or they add any evidence for something they didn't mention that. You will always find something in the text itself. If we saw similarity here, it is the best answer. For number 2, let's read together.
C.
So you think it must be letter C, but why not B? Perhaps you have reason for why B. So let me help you. Here we have adverbs. And what does the adverb describe? From the meaning, adverb it describe adjective or describe verb or describe adverb. Here he mentions this person identifies an increasing sense of what feminist mode of writing. يبقى we need an adverb to describe the feminist, right? But he said here in contrast to. So we have comparison between your answer and something mentioned before. So he said here, too many women authored science fiction stories to whose politics were less deliberately signaled. Deliberately, as you know, it means purposefully, intentionally. But he said less deliberately. I need something opposite to this. Less deliberately means it's not intentional, it's not signaled, it's not purposeful. But we need here something to say it's purposeful. But you need something opposite to that. You need overline. If this one, opposite this one. What helped me, the writer? He said here, in contrast to. Feel it? If this person, it's something opposite to these people. These people do something less deliberately. See, just like something hidden, for example. But why not see? Because as I told you before, any word that has COD as Latin root, it's called lovely. We are talking about love something. Here, lovely, it's adverb, okay, but here it does not relate to the situation. You see that it's a lovely mood. But we are talking about how do they publish? How do they write? They write purposefully to show the senses and the intentions of the writing, or we're talking about they write lovely or not. But letter C, it does not work with the context. But we have a problem. Why not D? So why not D from your point of view? Here the writer plays with us with the meaning. For example, here inadvertently, it's from the word inadvert. And if you said advert, it means you do something intentionally. But here we have in. So that means unintentionally. But if I make it unintentionally, it means less deliberately. Now, but I need something opposite. If a letter D means less deliberately. Okay, so I see I need something opposite. If I don't need synonym, I need opposite because I have this part. If a letter D, it is not. That's right. Let's try the next.
D.
You want to make it here precluding. So remember, precluding it means just like to make something impossible or to make something not possible to happen. Let me help you. Here the writer start with verb plus ing. Who did this action? The comma, the subject after the comma, because it's here, like present participle phrase, verb plus ing, and then the subject. يبقى who did this action? يبقى scholars did what with the long-standing trend of overemphasizing teenagers. Overemphasizing means in writing, the writers focus too much on something, like the social media or sociology professors, they focus more about teenagers and young adults in the research. But recently, scholars wanted to focus more about the senior citizens in the social media, not only the adults. But what are they doing with this problem in the past? They are going to redress it, to remedy it, to resolve the problem again, to resolve it. Not to make it impossible. They want to solve the problem. As I mentioned, they want to begin to expand their focus. About how to make it impossible. But the testimeter here plays with the vocab. Precluding is to make something isolated, to make something not possible to happen. You feel it? But this doesn't work with the intention. But why not A? Because exasperating means to make something worse, to make something, to be to be concealed, for example, or to make something very bad or hidden from the public. But here it doesn't work. They want to do something. It's meant. Here opposite way. Here letter B, it means to redress. To redress something, it means like to resolve it again. This is just like you want to remedy or to solve something. That's why. Now we have a problem. Why not C? Epitomize, as you know, it's from the epitome, means is to explain something more, to give examples, to explain. Okay, see the information after, it's not an example about overemphasizing. They wanted to stop, to solve the problem of overemphasizing on teenagers only, and we need to add more. Do you see it? That is why.
Yeah.
So it could be, so that the problem here, it's about the common vocab. That is means, inshallah, we can send you some essays to read more, at least 1 hour per day, to read at least 5 or 6 essays to know more about the social studies sciences. This will help you so much. Now, let's study something here about the writing style. The writer used calling. Calling it helps us to know what is or what are they going to expand about what? They focus about what? To include what? Users who? Senior citizens. Senior citizens, it gives you like sense of opposition to teenagers and adults. Like so professors focus on teenagers and adults and leave the senior citizens. But this means in overemphasizing it's a problem. Because you wanted to solve it. This can help you again to know what is reference. That's why. Let's try it together.
B.
So here you think it's a letter B. Uh, Here disputing gets a verb plus ing. What does it refer to? I said they were now and then non-essential disputing. So what does they refer to? Did you mention? So he said here they could keep it. Who are they? So do you mean this is here quantitative bias? Or he is talking about the food vendors and shoppers in Paris and people around him. So what these people do for the writer? Disapprove? Do they disagree with him about something? Or arguing about something? Or they disputing the passage, the way to go with their wagons, with their rusting baskets. So it means that when you are going in the streets, people stop your passage, disturb your passage. Please open the way I want to go. Do you feel it? So this
Yeah.
means letter A and B, it does not work with the part. So here we are not talking about disputing about ideas, but dispute it can be, yes. That means you disagree about something. Okay, but see here, he doesn't say that the people in the streets dispute. Now, is it asserting position of? It can be, but this is general. Like if I dispute with someone in the court, means I'm trying to prove that is something is mine, not his or hers. That is means here letter D is the best answer, that they resist for him to stop him from walking there. But that's why. Yeah, so find the subject, find the verb, find the object can help you to know the culture of does the subject do this action? Do we have any information in the text to help us to know the answer or not? That's why. So verified and resisted to is the best one. Because this test, this question tests you for word context. The word has a lot of meanings, but what is explained in the text exactly, or give your best feeling about the word. That's one. Let's try the next one. Let me help you.
Yeah.
That's right. Number one, look at the answers. What all of these adjectives? Yep. What does this adjective describe exactly? Let's go to the structure. He said, while recent, okay, the works of blah 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 were. يبقى work subject and were. Now the works were what? Controversial, diagnostic, imitated, inconsequential. Now find what is explained in the paragraph about the works. If we say that there was controversy or argument about the works, يبقى ايه؟ If we say that they are against another works, it can be B. If you are explained, it is imitated, copied by someone else, because imitate, as you know, to copy something. Or it is has no effect on other people, because as you know, consequential means it's effective as a result, as you know, consequent. Now here we don't have any information to say that the works were imitated. There is no anything that people or professors or someone else or organization copied his work. So we don't have C. We don't have anything about its argument, or they are against works of someone. So letter A and B block. But why it is letter D? Number one, he said his location in the Muslim ruled area of what is now Spain meant that in his works were primarily available in Spain, but it is out of the Muslim world. That means his works has no any effect, has no any result on the Muslim world because it wasn't too much area, so it's too far. See it?
Yeah.
The letter D is right. Sometimes we can find the wrong answer first to help you. Remember, as we agreed, what kind of word and define the relationship between the word like that. What is the subject? What is the verb to help you? Yeah, a simple hint. Do you see here? This is word indisputable. It's like similar to this word. Look, disputing. Here, indisputable, it means it is essential. It is proved because we have in. So if I said disputable, if I said disputable, it means there is controversy. It could be A. But here I said in. This means it's proved. Because there is no controversy. Do you see it? And it's the same word here. So here it means argument, similar to A and B. But this is sense here to prove that it is proved. That's why. Feel it?
Yeah.
Something else can help us. He said his works, for this part, were primarily available in Spain. So that means his works were only in Spain. That means the Muslim world don't know more about him. So that means he has no effect. He has no any effect on the Muslim philosophers of his time. That means support letter D again. If the adjective describe works, find information in text about the works, like this part. That's it. Now let's try number 5. Next. Yeah, as we agreed here, the function. Come on, you can try.
C.
You think it's a C, but the test maker mentioned it must be A. But we need to know the difference between A and C. Let's prove together. Number one, what is the function of the underlined only? But the underlined is too much. So, right? Now we need to go to check. You said it's a C. It recounts a moment in Johnson's personal life. It means it explains or reiterates or tells you information about personal life that enables the success of his subsequent career. Come, let's go. He said turning away from landscapes painted in an expressionist style. A style that often involves using, but here it's not about his personal life. He did mention something about his personal life exactly. Did you catch it? Remember the underlined only, not what the passage. Feel it? Now let's go about letter A. It elaborates, and what means elaborates? It explains something. The previous statement. So I must go to the previous here on painter, okay, and then states, all right, his style, look, underwent and suffered from an abrupt transformation. Abrupt means sudden, for example, something came without planning. This is one, it tells you what is this abrupt transformation, turning away. That's why he's changed it. And then he explained what is the style by using a dash. And then he said here, distorted shapes, thick with texture, brush strokes to express the artist a subjective experience of reality. And then he continues style. Johnson began painting portraits of Black Americans in bold new way. That means something had changed in his life. Did you catch it?
Yeah.
We need to prove together why B is wrong. You don't know the answer already. It provides the underlined only. Remember, it refers to underlined only. Provides information about Johnson travels. Yes, he didn't mention about the travels. But look, in support of a claim about his artistic influences. Okay, but the underlined only does not talk about his influences at all. So what is the influence and the controls or effective ways on travels? We don't have any information underlined. That means we sometimes check all the answers mentioned. That's why. Letter D has a common mistake, something called in English calls into a question. What means? It means cast doubt. It presents evidence that calls into question the previous sentence characterization of Johnson. Okay, but the previous sentence it does not talk about his characterization of artistic development. Do we have here development? He said his style underwent, suffered from not development. Something else. A question means a doubt. Is the following explains that he did not suffered or underwent abrupt, or he underwent already. He calls into question to prove that something is opposite. But the following proof is the previous. That's why he said here elaborates, not doubt, not a question something. This means it's opposite. يبقى expression calls to question means to cast doubt, to throw doubt on something, or to show reservations, to show that you doubt, you're not sure about it, it's uncertain, uncertainty, for example. That's why. If this a question test you, why the writer write this sentence? This question mark it tests us about the structure of the writing. The first one give us the claim, the second one to prove it, second one to continue to see what is the effective happened because of his turning, and then development of the writing. That's why. How can I read the underlined? Number one, I have two dashes. This means it explains to you what is the style. So I don't know What is the style exactly? He explained to you what that. It is only definition, explanation. Feel it?
Yeah.
That's why. Now let's try number 7. And here test you for the main purpose. Let's read and then answer.
A.
So you want to make it letter A, but what supports A? Let's see. What is the main purpose? Main purpose means what is most explained in the paragraph. What is the main idea? And how do you know it? Number one, if you find any comparisons between two ideas, focus on the second one. But here let's try to provide details about how this person identifies which pieces of music she will perform. Is all of it about that? How she identifies? Or to assert, to confirm, to prove that the performances took effortless because of how she prepares for them. So to prove that, or to discuss the kinds of music. Of course, not all the passage about kinds of music. This means it is wrong. Is all the paragraph to discuss the unique way the language approaches she hasn't performed. So C and D is not supported, but you are near to A and B, but which one is proved? This is the question. Is all the passage about how does she identify the pieces? Or that we're talking about her performance look effortless. What means effortless? It has no any effort. But how did you know? That is a problem. Number one, she mentioned here she's highly skilled technically. But because of how freely she plays and her desire to take risk, she seems relaxed and natural. And look, her apparent ease, and she has a tremendous amount of preparation. That means her performance take no effort from her because she knows how to prepare and she is already skilled technically. You know it, and she never takes it for granted. So she knows everything. Like this, she knows it's a piece of music. But when she performing, does not take time, no effort. You feel it? That's
Yeah.
why. This is support the letter B. Yeah, so here the main purpose means what is most explained about idea. So if you find an idea not explained more, delete it. And if I give you idea and the answers, only mentioned, indeliberately or weak reference in the passage, delete it because not all the passage about it. This can support you. Plus, Malak always focus on the opposite ideas. Look, instead, and as he mentioned here, despite. So I focus on the second one. What happened? Feel it?
Mm.
This could help you, inshallah. Yeah, and do that word in the paragraph.
Hmm?
Do you have any difficult word in the paragraph here?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Remember the word spontaneously, something comes into your mind easily. You take no effort to remember it. You see, when you speak spontaneously in Arabic or in English, this means I don't need time to think about it. Feel it? And
Yeah.
we have something here. He said experience and virtuosity. All of this support that she has a lot of experience. This means she is always ready and she takes no efforts. So this support a little bit again.
Yeah.
Let's try the next. Always focus on the question, the function of the underlying body. Read all of it very quickly.
A.
So you think is letter A. The boy think here B is wrong. So B is correct. But we need to know what makes A correct for you. Remember the underline. Don't. Let me help you. Here we have two dashes. Look. This is music expression describe what? Describe him. So Israel was obliged to look for. But what is the function of the underlined? It implies. Implies means it gives you information that Israel features a particular characteristic. Are we talking about characteristic of his personality? When that characteristic should usually be regarded as a flaw, as a flaw. So look, all the answer it's correct, but regarded as a flaw makes it wrong because he didn't mention before and after that, and his this is characteristic of being brave-hearted, or he is daredevil, and he's a strong person. He has singular patience, but he didn't mention it's a flaw, it's a mistake.